Noah from UrbanDigs here. I just want to give you a quick update on the Manhattan market. This is, I guess we can call it a special edition. This is like coronavirus edition. Since there's crazy things going on out there in the stock market, there's a change in social behavior going on. There's a social distancing going on. We're all seeing it. We're all doing it, all in the hopes of containing this thing and getting a hold of it. And everyone's, I guess, wondering. I'm being asked by a lot of agents to do more of these updates now. Everyone's asking what effect it's having on Manhattan. So let's just focus on Manhattan for this little bit and see what's going on. I at least will tell you what I'm looking for. I mean, we certainly have not been in a situation like this. So we're in unprecedented territory here. Massive fiscal and monetary stimulus is going to be coming. Markets will be volatile, and everyone's kind of social distancing themselves. So we see it, right? It's happening. It's a good thing. We're going to contain this thing. Everything seems like it's just shutting down for a month or so. So what effect is it having on Manhattan, and how do I kind of look for it? The tricky part with Manhattan real estate is the data is sometimes lagging. So in terms of pricing, we're not going to find out for 3 to 6 months in terms of where deals are happening right now in March. So if you happen to sign a contract today in the midst of this whole thing and you're pricing this in, you're probably getting a decent deal. I don't know where those bids are happening at right now. I don't know where those deals are happening at right now. We're going to have to wait about 3 to 6 months to find that information. So for pricing information, unless you can get some anecdotal intel from insiders on the deal, which usually is not shared, that's usually kept private, we're not going to know what's going on with prices for a little while. In terms of activity and movement and the pace of supply and the pace of demand and days on market, that we could track in real time every day. So here's what I'm doing. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the UrbanDigs chart room, and I'm going to go down and use these charts that I don't usually look at all the time, which is monthly new supply, monthly contract activity. And let's start with monthly new supply. So we go to monthly new supply, and I'm going to click on 3 years here just to make this a little easier. And what I'm doing here is I'm looking in March, okay, what's the typical rate of new inventory to come on? So what are we used to seeing in March? So in March 2019, last year, we had 1792. New listings in March 2018, 1787, and March 2017, 1768. So we're getting a great convergence here and a great source of information on what this market usually produces in terms of new inventory for the month of March. So here we are in mid-March. And what I want to do now is I want to go back to my other tabs. So I got 2 tabs open here. I got my UrbanDigs dashboard tab, and then I got my chart room tab. So I go to the UrbanDigs dashboard. I'm using my search tool, and I'm going to do an active search with everything. Just leave everything by default and do 1 month and see where I'm at. Do a search, and here I go. I got 1,537, okay? So right now, I could confidently say that so far the pace, even though that's subject to change, so far the pace is that 1,567 listings are coming on the market. So in terms of new inventory, there's a slight slowdown, right? So there's a slower pace. There's less people are not listening. They're just like, all right, let me just wait this out and see what's going on. So that's one thing I like to look at. Right now, I'll go back to the chart room, and what I want to look at is contract activity and demand. So I'm going to scroll down to monthly contract activity and do the exact same exercise. Generate the chart. I'm going to go to 3 years. Okay, I'm going to go to March, and I could see, last year wasn't a good year for us, but 2017 we had 1,090. 2018 we had 1,064, and of course last March was weak. It was a weak year. We had 923. So let's just call it on average, we're looking at about 1,000, right? A little over 1,000 contracts get signed in the month of March. That's kind of normal. For April, it looks like it's around 1,000 also. Okay, so around 1,000 in March, 1,000 in April is what we're used to taking in. So now I'm going to go back to my search, okay, and I'm going to change my status to contract signed. Keep the time scale 1 month, okay, and I can do a search. Where are we at? We're at 863. So right now, over the last 4 weeks, we're at 863 when we usually produce somewhere around 1,000. Last year was 923. So you could see that we're trending a little lower. So this is what I like to do to keep tabs on whether or not monthly supply and monthly deal activity, as it's happening on a daily basis. I use my search tool. I see where the pace is on a monthly basis. If I want to just go month to date, I can. I could use my little time scale here and say, all right, just show me March 1st to March 13th and give me a current total of where we're at. And let's see what that is, 385. So I can see where we're at. So I can do this as the days go on and see what's going on, but I want to see what pace I'm at. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. Another interesting thing I'm looking at is open houses. And when I look at open houses and I do a search, and let's just do a default search, there's 1,671 open houses still set. So brokers are out there, brokers are showing listings. I guess some sellers still want to sell in this market, and they're looking to get bids. And if you're a buyer out there and you're going out there, be safe, of course. I mean, there'll be a lot of social distancing, I'm sure, at these open houses. But I'm curious to know what kind of deals people are getting right now in these days. So this is interesting. I kind of thought that these open houses would go lower. So I'm going to keep track of open houses as well. I'm going to keep track of monthly new inventory, monthly deal volume, open house rates, and off market, really, are the things I'm looking for, because I kind of think some sellers might just say, you know what, let me take the listing off the market and see what's going on, and let's just skip the next month or so, let things stabilize a little bit. When we get back to business as usual, let's put it back on the market. But these are just thoughts. So in the meantime, we're going to look at the data, and we're going to see what the data is showing. Right now, that's what the data is showing. Everything is just ticking down. Inventory is ticking down. Contract activity is ticking down. Open houses, I don't know relative if that's a lot or not. I mean, 1671, I thought it would be lower, but it is what it is, and I have no frame of reference. So these are the things I'm going to be tracking on UrbanDigs. I guess I'll do this every Friday and see what's going on every Friday at the end of the week, and see what kind of effect it's having, if any, and we'll guide you through this. And let's everyone just be safe out there. Let's contain this thing, and I wish everyone well. Thank you. This is Noah from UrbanDigs, and I'll catch you next time.